Hey everyone, my name is Jake Whitfin, and I am your church planting missionary to San Francisco, California. And this is everything that's been going on in our ministry over this past month. Now listen, there was a lot of things that happened. So as always, you can scroll down on the email that you received this video at, and you can see more of the things that happened, more about our family, and more of our prayer list as well. And if you don't get our emails, then go to woodfincrew.com and sign up today. All right, let's get started. So the summer started off great. We were actually invited by Ko'olau Baptist Church, the church that my dad pastors, out to Hawaii to speak at their youth retreat. And that was such a blessing to be able to minister to those kids, to be invited out to do that. It was a blessing, and it was just awesome to do ministry back there in Hawaii as well. But one of the coolest parts of that trip is actually we got to go over to Maui and see my brother. If you remember, my brother's part of Grace Baptist Church there in Lahaina, Maui, and their church burned down, as long as his house and the other pastors' houses and several others. And it was a blessing to be with those people and speak at their church where they're meeting at, in a coffee shop. It was just so cool just to see their faithfulness and their perseverance through all of that. But what was really awesome is getting to see my brother's house almost fully rebuilt. And my kids, every single meal, every single day, have been praying, Lord, please help Uncle Caleb to rebuild his house. And so they actually got to see his house being rebuilt, which was, again, such a cool thing and an answer to prayer for them. And so that was awesome. Spend time with family and see God bless in that way. Then we got back to San Francisco and we hit the ground running with ministry. We are so blessed this summer because we have 3 different Bible college students that have moved out to the city for the summer, a couple months, to serve as ministry interns. And it's such an honor to be able to pour into this next generation. It's awesome that more young people are surrendering to full-time ministry and to train them up in that. But they have also been just working hard and serving at our church, planning these outreaches that we're doing. And we got several of them coming up. We have a huge kids outreach that we're doing at our Daily City Bible study. We have a friend day coming up. And then we also plan to get out over 12,000 door hangers in the next month and a half to all over our neighborhood, telling everyone about our upcoming anniversary service of Joy Day on October 4th. And that is going to be a huge day. It's our 5th anniversary as a church, hoping just to be able to be cemented into community and use it as a huge outreach day to reach more and more people for Jesus out here in San Francisco. By the way, all of you are invited out to come out and join us for that as well if you want to come and celebrate with us. So it was an honor to have those interns and them being able to serve with us as well. But by far, the highlight of this last month has been our baptisms. We were able to baptize 3 different individuals, 2 of which were young boys. They come from single mothers. Both of them started coming to our church and growing and thriving and just having our great church community. And then I was able to lead both of those boys to Christ, which was so incredible and special, and then baptize both of them. It was just an honor, and just to see their passion for Jesus even at a young age. And then the last person that we baptized is about my age. His name is Eddie. And I want to tell you about Eddie's story. So about 5 years ago, our church needed to open a bank account, our church plant out here. And so go into the bank, and Eddie ends up being our banker and the person that I deal with. So as I'm going in and out of the bank at different times, I'd always talk to them. I would always invite them to come to church with us, right? Things like that. Share the gospel with them when I could. But he lived outside the city, so he'd always tell me no, it was kind of too far to drive back into the city on a non-work day. And so Easter was coming up, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it another shot and invite Eddie. So I sent him a quick email saying, hey, Easter's here. I would love for you to come and join us on Easter Sunday. And here's the cool part. He had actually moved back into the city and was only living about 6 or 7 minutes away from where our church is at. And so he told me yes. And my mind was blown. I was like, all right, this is awesome. So he comes to church, and honestly, I don't even have that great of faith that anything's going to happen besides him just showing up. But he comes, and after the service, I'm wrapping it up. I'm doing my invitation, And I ask anyone that, wants to be followed up with and wants to know Jesus as their Savior just to raise their hand. And Eddie was one of those that raised his hand. So a couple days later, I invite him over to my house. We're sitting outside in my backyard, and I'm able to lead him to the Lord. He put his faith in Jesus. And I'm telling you, it was just, the faith has just transformed his life. He didn't come from a church background at all. He was Catholic when he was younger and just has been non-religious and out of it for so many years. And he is now started to read the Bible all the way through from start to end. He's making it through Leviticus. Pray that he keeps going. But it has just been so cool to see his transformation. And so he actually got baptized in the ocean right down the street from where our church meets. It was just an awesome, awesome thing. And it taught me something, and I hope it encourages you too. I hope it encourages you to keep reaching out to people. They might tell you a million times no, but keep reaching out, keep loving them. And I hope it encourages you not to give up. Jesus says, or he means in Luke chapter 18 and verse 1, he tells a parable, and this is the point of the parable, that men ought always to pray and never to faint. That we always pray and never, never give up. So you never know. It might be years like me, 5 years going in. It might be decades, or it might just be a few days, a few weeks, a few months. But never give up on people. Continue to pray for them. Continue to reach out, because you never know when God's going to spark something in their heart and they're going to come to Jesus. All right, I love you guys so much. And as I say always, we could not do this work in San Francisco without your faithful prayers and support. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are our ministry partners, and all the fruit that's happening out here is fruit to your account as well. So thank you guys so, so much for that. Also, if you don't get our emails, feel free to go to woodfincrew.com to sign up today, and you can also go to our YouTube page at Jake Woodfin. Search that in YouTube, find me there, and you can subscribe, and that way you can hit the notification bell. That way you can get these videos as they come out as well. All right, love you guys. Bye.